So this week, I'd like you to pick out a favorite toy that you have, like in your toy box or anywhere else. Look around your house. We're home a lot, so we have all these things in our house, and pick out a toy. This is a toy, Bob Ross, of course, and he hangs out in my studio quite often. And it's just a fun little toy that my parents, my not my parents, my kids bought me, and it kind of hangs out on my shelf, and it's a cool toy to have around. And you find a toy, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna draw a picture of it. So I'm gonna set him up on my paper here, and I might set him that way just so you can see. And then I'm gonna draw a picture of the toy. And pick a toy that's really interesting that has some meaning. I love for you to share your toy pictures with me and tell me about, like, why is this your favorite toy? Like, why did you choose this toy, and what about it makes it your favorite? So what I'm gonna do is just to show you how I draw this toy, and I'm gonna use some pencils, and then I'm gonna use some colored pencils to show you some of the blending techniques that I might use. So if you're going to draw a toy, it really depends on how complicated it is, but start with those basic shapes first. So if I'm going to draw this toy, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to very gently draw in the basic shapes. Okay, so here's a good head shape. Okay, this is kind of a pop art toy, so it's got a bigger head than you normally see in a normal toy. And then I'm going to go in with this is kind of the body, the shape of the body. And you're going to need to erase. I always have an eraser on hand. I always need to erase. It's never perfect the first time. And you have to get out of your head that this is going to be a perfect picture. And you just need to look and focus and really see the things on your toy, like notice the details and things. So I'm gonna make the arm right here, and here's Bob. It's his arm, and he's got his hand right here, and he's got a paintbrush in his hand. So I'm working with the big shapes right now. So I'm not doing, I could do those fingers, but let's not do those yet. Okay, let's do those later. So here's the, and then he has a palette. So he's got this big palette in his arm right here. So I'm gonna go in like this, and I'm gonna just look at the shape of that palette, and I'm gonna go like this. And underneath the palette is like his hand. He's holding on to that. Okay. This does not have to be a perfect representation of your toy. In fact, we'd like to get some of your art style in this. Okay. That means that we're not taking, this is not a photograph. You could just snap a picture with a camera or a phone or something. We want this to be as we want this to be. Show your art style in this, okay? Here's some little paint spots. So I'm getting into a little more of the detail here. Let's get into the detail. We've got the big things, and I'm kind of happy if you're kind of happy with that and you don't need to erase. Kind of happy. Then get into some detail in your toy. Put in some of like the pocket. Put in some of this. I'm going to put in his little Bob Ross fingers there. He's holding his paintbrush. Fingers are hard. Hands are not easy. But remember, it's just a toy, so we're not going to have to be perfect. Okay, so that's good. What we're missing here is we've got to do his hair. So we got to put this in. Put in the hair. Yeah, and have a fun. I mean, and then after you draw one picture of a toy, you might find that this is kind of cool and be like, oh, yeah, I want to draw more pictures of more toys in my house. Find other toys. Maybe you want to draw one for your brother or sister. You know, maybe you want to make a special toy drawing. Maybe you have an old toy from your parents or something that, okay, and then here's a little nose here. And then we have his beard. You gotta put Bob's beard on there, don't you? Yeah, I gotta put his beard. He's got his beard on there. So I broke that down. He looks kind of sad there. Whoa. Maybe that's something with the... I was kind of afraid. I think I want to put this... Sometimes those eyebrows can give expression. Okay. He's a scared Bob Ross is what he is right now. He's like a scared Bob Ross. You never know where your drawing is going to go, right? You just never know. Oh, he has a belt too. I missed the belt on there. Okay, so there's Bob. I mean, and then you could choose to leave it in pencil. Some of you guys are really awesome with shading. I've got a couple different colored pencils. These are kind of cool. They're woodless. They don't have any wood. They're just all pigments. But any kind of color pencil, Crayola, or if you don't have color pencils, use something else. Use markers or something. The really cool thing I like about color pencil is I love their ability to be able to blend the colors. So let me show you what I mean. Here's kind of a brown color. And notice that really doesn't match the hair too well, does it? I mean, it's a different kind of brown. I'm going to put a little bit of blue in that. I'm going to show you how I can change that brown with a little bit of blue. See how that becomes almost a darker brown and I can blend them together? Oh yeah, that's cool. You could add some like yellow into the brown. Look at that. Look at how the colors are going to blend. Love blending those colors. You can really build up like the blending with the color pencils. Look at that. Nice blending. Just have fun coloring this, you know, just kind of go to, I'm going to put a little more of that blue in there. Look at that. I always use blue for like shadows. Blue is great for any shadows on your hair or something like that. Any kind of, here's a black one, so we're going to put his eyes in like this. I might want to leave a little section where it's kind of white. Just kind of show the... And like, you know, I don't have a peach, you know, so that's the other thing with blending these color pencils. I only have so many colors of these. Let me put a little bit of yellow down here. Now that's too yellow, right, for the skin. I'm going to show you how I can build this skin color a little bit here. I'm going to put a little bit of orange on top of that. I'm going real light, not real heavy. Going real light. So I put yellow and orange together. And then I'm just going to put some white down. White's going to help blend those. Yeah, I got a color that I don't have in the color pencils. Depends on how hard you press too. You know, let's do that with the other arms. Look at how I'm gonna put like light yellow, light orange. I'm gonna do some more. Okay, so I want you to, you know, keep on going with that and keep coloring and keep blending until I have that whole toy colored in. So send me your pictures of your toy. I would love to see them. I'd love to see your final pictures. I'll put this out onto Classroom and send them to me. And I hope you guys are all doing great and you're making some art.